Hi, Ed here from 10,000 Foot View, and I've got another Google Ads quick tip for you today. Just before I jump in, a reminder to please subscribe to the channel and like the content. We do post once or twice a week on all things Google Ads. All right, so today I've got a pretty quick one. I'm going to be talking about Google's new solutions. So they call it solutions. And you will now see these under your tools and settings menu under bulk actions, so right below scripts, which is a good place for it. And if you navigate here, you'll get basically this blank screen unless you've created solutions. And so basically what solutions are pre-made scripts that you can configure with a user interface instead of having to actually like, edit the script itself. And that's all there is to it. So basically, Google has created an assortment of common scripts or recipes, if you will, that do things that are like most commonly needed by scripts. And you can then basically create that script and set the parameters. And I'll show you an example of this. So link checker, I think is really straightforward. We actually use this across all of our accounts. We use the manager level script version. And this checks every link within your account to make sure that it is pointing to a valid URL. And so that includes ads and also like site links and other extensions that have links in them. However, there is one important thing to realize with this. It only checks each link one time. So it's not a solution for constantly checking to make sure that all of your links are working. It only runs through your account one time. Once it's done, it's done. Now, if you do add if you create a new ad, then the link checker will check that one once. But if you have, for example, an ad linked to a landing page, and that landing page is removed from the site, the link checker is not going to figure that out. So just be aware there's a lot of confusion over what this actually does. It's not as robust as it sounds. But let's go ahead and we'll click to create one. So the solution name is link checker. So if we just leave this, then when the script is created, it's going to be called link checker. This label will actually attach a label to each ad and each site link once it's done. And what the label does is it informs link checker script the next time it runs not to test this one again because it's already been done. And so here are the things that it's going to check. Check ad URLs, check paused ads, which is off, check keyword URLs, where you do have keywords with URLs, not commonly used anymore, but some people still do use it. Include pause keywords, check site links, which is great. Include pause site links, use basic error code validation. Yeah, okay, so any 4 series or 5 series response codes will be treated like errors. I would check this. And then this is, if you want to have response codes, and this you need to know HTTP and kind of what these are, you can go look it up, I guess. But if there are specific response codes that typically would be an error, but you want it to be valid, you can add those. But 200 is the standard one, so you just leave that. And then failure strings, I don't even know what this is, to be honest. Days between analyses is 1. And so that just means it's going to run once up to the maximum number of operations it can do in a day. And I think it's 500 links it can check in or around. And then the next day it's going to do another round. So it doesn't mean it's going to be rechecking those same URLs each time. And then email after each execution, email on analysis completion. And then your frequency is, you can set this to, if it's just one account, you could run it like probably daily. If you, like in our case with the manager script, we run it hourly because if you add several new accounts in a week, like and they're big accounts, it's going to need like several days just to run through the iterations just to get through those. If you do it daily, but if you do it hourly, then like within 24 hours, it should be through all of them. And then you can save the URLs to a spreadsheet. We do have that functionality in ours so that we can, get a report and send it to a client, for example, if we're doing an audit. Um, and that's it. And then you would save this, and that's it. And it's just going to create a script, which I believe would be saved in solutions here. And I don't know if you can actually edit these or not because we haven't actually implemented these. Um, but basically, it's just a simplified way to run scripts, where you can just set the parameters with this nice, easy to use interface. But you could do all of this just with scripts. These already exist, so this is really not new functionality. It's maybe just a little bit easier for people that are not familiar with scripts but do want to use that utility. So we'll see how this progresses over time. Like hopefully there will be additional solutions in here from third parties, or that you can create your own recipes and then roll those out. But right now it's just kind of stuff that Google has built, um, and these are not particularly great scripts by any means. But I guess I can see where if you don't want to paste in a script and follow the instructions to configure it, this is a little bit easier. So that's what solutions are. I have seen this come up on Reddit like 3 times already. So I figured I'd provide at least a preliminary answer on this. Hopefully you will find this useful. A reminder again to please subscribe to the channel and like our content. And that's it. I will see you next time.